Hi there. So this week, super simple topic, but man, can make such a big difference and be super powerful. Today we're talking about baby steps. We're talking about how they are, they just help reduce stress, reduce anxiety, that just brings us into the present moment. So simple, super simple. When you're feeling overwhelmed with worry, or worry about all the things you have to do, or worry about a big project and you find yourself maybe backing away from it and avoiding it, not making that phone call, not taking that next step, whatever it is, or in such overwhelm that you just don't know what to do. There are just so many things to do, you end up being paralyzed and don't do anything. So first thing to do is just slow down, take a few deep breaths, remind yourself of where you are, come into your body, check in with your five senses, do whatever you have to do to bring the heart rate down. As you do that, you'll start to see your vision even widening up a little bit, because when we're tense or anxious or in that overwhelm, we get that tunnel vision, like literally things start to fade away. We're unable to see possibilities. So by slowing down, you'll see that vision starting to clear and widen a little bit. You may be tempted at this point to jump ahead and say, okay, now let me plan the entire thing. Resist the urge. Resist the urge to plan the entire thing before you take the first step, because that's where the overwhelm comes from. Waiting until you know what every single step of a project is going to be before taking the first step is what overwhelm is. Like, that's what causes overwhelm. And the reality is, normally things happen to where all of those steps aren't going to look exactly the same way anyway. So it ends up being a waste of time and planning also. So just one step. Just one step. Take that humongous boulder of whatever it is that's stressing you out that's in front of you. It feels like this huge wall, this huge boulder, and just chip, 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 chip off just a tiny little crumb, just a tiny little piece. What is the next one step? And if that step still feels like too big, like if the step is write an email and that even feels too big, what is one step into that? Okay, what's the next? Opening my computer. That is the next step. Open the computer. Then the next step is turning it on. Notice how, like, saying, okay, you have to write this big important email is like this, but then when you say, just turn the computer on, that I could do. That's how you know that it's the right size step for you, is when it feels doable and easy. And if it doesn't, if it still feels overwhelming, chip it down. I need to find this piece of information. How do I find out that piece of information? I have to find it from someone. How do I get in touch with that someone? I call them or send them a message or whatever. Tiny, tiny baby steps. Just keep chipping it down until you feel that, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. That's the step that's right for you. That's our tip for today. Find the baby steps and then take them. Find the baby steps and then take them. And before all that, actually, first step though, right, is the breathing, coming into the present moment, looking at the boulder, and just chip a tiny piece off. One that's too small to fail, one that makes you feel good and successful. Tiny, 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 totally doable. And once you do those one littles, one after the other, before you know it, the whole thing will be done. Let me know how this is sitting with you, and I will see you next week. Bye.